No, Cass.
Yes, Frankie.
There is nothing left to say.
We haven't said anything yet.
I asked you if you had slept with Cecile. You couldn't answer. Case closed.
What exactly did Caroline say to you?
Nothing. But then she thought that I already knew. In fact, I don't believe that she could believe I didn't know. She just turned 40 shades of red and left.
Would you please let me explain?
What's to explain? You betrayed me and then you lied about it. It's over.
Pt.1, 1970. That should be a decent wine, wouldn't you think, Hilda?
Sounds like a fine selection, Dr. Frame.
I wish I had more of a own a file, don't you? Oh, would you do me a big favor and tell my mother that I'll be right down here in case she needs anything. I'm expecting Stacey Winthrop for drinks, and there she is.
I'll show her right in.
Thank you.
Miss Winthrop and Mr. Dane, sir.
You should have seen the look on his face.
Who?
Jamie. So anyway, he got right down to it, and he said, Vicky, I want to talk to you about the custody arrangement.
Oh, no.
No, you won't believe this.
Just tell me. Just tell me.
Okay. So his whole expression changed, and he said, I don't only want you to have visitation.
Oh, that's
He is
wonderful.
talking joint custody. He wants me to be a part of every decision, every school day, every holiday, every girl,
lovely.
everything.
That's
it's
lovely.
Do
That's
you know what it's
lovely.
like? It's like a miracle. Mother, I've just told you the most important news of my life. Why are you so far away from me?
I'm not.
It's Dad, isn't it? What has he done now?
You want to tell me what took you so long?
Merry Christmas to you, too.
Did you get Fred Lacey?
Only after I'd pulled every string I could get my hands on. Your old friend is the best in the business.
He is going to do it, though.
Yes.
Good, good, good. Fred is the best there is. Now, I would not put my life in anyone else's hands. I want you to know that. When are we going to do this?
We're ready to go now. The attempt on your life is set for tonight. You are ready, aren't you?
Absolutely, I'm ready. All right? I just want to know where we do this.
The Pelican, right after Lucas arrives.
Fine. He's got to buy this, you know. Lucas has got to believe this.
We'll make sure he does.
Yeah, well, you make sure you do, because he's got to believe that I've double-crossed the club, that I'm working both sides of the fence, and that you guys have found out.
Michael, he will.
Good. I want this over with, Ariana. I want it done with.
Michael, we all do.
No, you don't. All right? You don't. You like the games of it. You like the manipulation, all right? This is all fun for you.
That's not fair, Michael.
No, I'll tell you what's not fair, Ariane. What's not fair is what I've had to do to my marriage, what I've had to do to Donna. That is not fair.
Better than what Lucas would have done.
You're right, you know. You just keep telling me that.
Michael, it's the truth. There was no other way.
Ariane, you have become one cold person.
You know better than that, Michael.
Yeah, I do. All right, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, okay? Give me the details.
Fred Lacey and Arnie will be here at about 6:50. That's less than 2 hours away.
Arnie Gray?
Yeah, he said he'd be glad to assist in your demise. At least that was the gist of it. I cleaned up his language.
That's good. I mean, that's really good. Arnie and I go way back.
Yeah, well, anyway, they'll get past the security guard downstairs.
I'm sure they will.
And once they're up here, they'll brief you in detail. You better make an appointment with Lucas now.
Look, do you know where he is? I'll call right now.
He's in his suite. Do you think he'll come?
Well, he better come if he wants the rest of the art we grabbed.
What about the stuff we already supplied you with?
He's already got it.
When?
Last night. Hey, Santa Claus wasn't the only one who was busy last night, I tell you.
All right.
Okay, what time should I tell him?
The hit is set for 8:30. Michael, there's something I haven't told you.
What?
Fred says the Pelican's too small. He can't use blanks. Lucas is a pro. He'd spot it right away.
So, what's he gonna use?
Live ammunition. He says it's the only way.
What?
This means the risk is sizably increased. I'm talking like a G-man. You could be hurt, Michael. Even killed. If you want out, just say so now.
What's the emergency?
Close the door.
I'm a busy man, Griffen.
Well, you'd better think of something fast or you're going to be a dead man.
What are you talking about?
I just had a phone call from the client himself.
Now, why would he call you?
To make sure somebody got through to you.
What's the problem?
The problem is, Lucas, he only got half the shipment. Did you actually think he'd be satisfied with that?
Half a loaf?
He wants it all.
That's impossible.
He is holding you personally responsible for the raid.
That's ridiculous.
He also thinks somebody inside your organization tipped off the feds.
That's patent nonsense.
Is it?
Did you say anything about Frankie?
I wanted to.
Frankie Frame is not involved here.
Then who is, Lucas? How did you get part of the shipment back and not all of it?
I told you, forget about Frankie. Yes.
Lucas. Michael Hudson.
Michael, I was just thinking about you.
Good. I hope it was to reconsider the offer I made to you.
Well, in a way it does.
Have you reconsidered?
I admit I am having financial difficulty.
Well, good. I'm prepared to sweeten my offer.
Sweeten? How?
Not on the phone, Lucas.
Where?
Oh, how about 8 o'clock at the Pelican Club?
I'll be there.
That was Hudson?
Yes.
I don't trust him.
Oh, I don't trust him either. But Michael Hudson may have what we need.
Well, somebody better.
Griffen, I meant what I said. Frankie Frame is to be left alone.
Why?
Because I say so. Griffen! I know exactly what I'm doing.
I was going to tell you.
When?
When I got back to my place from Felicia, she convinced me.
Oh, that's great. That's really great. How many other people know what a sap I've been?
I'm the one who's been the sap. I made a mistake. I never meant to hurt you, Frankie.
Oh, don't insult me.
That's an insult?
You lied to me, Cass. You fell back into bed with that ridiculous I have heard it all before, okay? I have heard all the assurances, all the sweet talk. Oh, it's going to be different with you. I really care, Frankie. Bull. Now get out of here before I lose my lunch on your shoes.
Have you finished?
With you? Yes.
I was wrong. But can't we discuss this like adults?
I can't believe I let this happen to myself again.
What happened again?
I am never going to get involved with anybody. It never works, and I always get burned.
We can get through this. I know we can if we just calm down and just talk.
I told you that I had a hard time trusting a man. Do you remember that?
I remember.
Do you also remember that I told you I was afraid of getting hurt again? I guess you weren't listening to that part. Either that or you were stringing me along.
I wasn't.
Why? Cass, why? I don't understand. Was it just to get me into bed?
Could you please listen to me for 1 minute?
All I want to know from you is why you didn't tell me the truth.
Because I knew you wouldn't understand. And I was scared to death.
Of me?
Yeah.
Oh, you coward.
Yes. Yes. I'm a coward. I'm a liar, okay? Does that make you feel better? But I stopped myself, didn't I? I couldn't go through with it and make love to you without telling you the truth. I was wrong. I was dead wrong. But I want you, Frankie. I want you in my life. Can I have one more chance?
Little Michael's in heaven. I told him he could help Angela watch Stephen.
Come sit.
Do you want some tea?
No. I want you to come sit here next to me and tell me what you're feeling.
I don't want to rain on your parade. I think it's wonderful that Jamie has changed his attitude, although I think it's monstrous it's taken him so long
You
to
talked
do
to him,
it.
didn't you?
Not since last night at your house.
But something with Dad has changed, hasn't it?
I can't figure your father. Maybe I never understood him. I
Yes,
don't
you
know.
did.
I think that he's just going through some midlife crisis, and that if I just waited it out, it would all resolve itself. You know, I mean, we've been through our ups and downs together. We both happen to be very passionate, volatile people. I mean, my God, it's not as though we've never split up before.
I know. This time there's another woman.
I know that. I know that.
And he left.
But there's a positive side to this.
What?
He hasn't asked me for a divorce. Now, I think that's a good indication, don't you?
I don't know.
Maybe this is just one of those difficult times for your father and me. And if I just sit tight and I... God, what am I saying? What am I saying?
I'm not sure.
I'm going to sit around while he plays house with another woman, wringing my hands, trying to figure out if he's going to come back to me, hoping that the reason that he's not asking me for a divorce is a good sign.
Yeah, well, I can understand you doing that.
Well, I'm not going to be doing that anymore. This nothingness, this limbo is awful. I can't bear it.
Well,
I haven't slept for 3 nights trying to figure out what I'm going to do with my life. Trying to wonder what I'm going to be saying to him when he calls the next time, or what I'm going to be wearing when I see him again, and it's just a stupid waste of time.
It's not stupid. It can work out. You
No,
have to
it
give it some
can't.
time.
No, I don't want to hear that. This pathetic, the waiting, the hoping, it's awful. And I'm a woman of strength and courage.
I know you are.
I'm going to take action, Victoria.
What are you going to do?
I don't care what Michael wants. I want a divorce.
Again?
Yes, again. That's what I'm going to tell him.
So when is your mother planning to leave?
Well, I'm not planning to let her leave until she regains her strength. How's your drink, Derek?
Huh?
Your drink?
Fine.
Good.
Well, I hope she's taking it easy at least.
She's upstairs resting right now. I've sort of exiled her to her room. Thank you, hold none for me right now.
Oh, I'd love one. Thanks, Elder. This looks delicious. Great. So you started to say that you were thinking about amending the custody agreement with Vicky.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. Vicky and I have started talking.
Really?
And I'd like to change the custody arrangement.
You want to?
Yes, I'm thinking about joint custody, as a matter of fact.
Well, then next week we can get together and discuss the specifics of it.
Yeah, sure, I'd like to do that.
I'll leave these here, and you folks can just help yourselves.
That's a good idea, Hilda. Thank you very much.
Everybody get one.
Don't worry about it,
Let
Derek.
me take this for you. I've done that a million times myself. It's okay.
Great.
Under control.
So, Derek, how's your job with frame construction?
Well, it's not going so great. They're about to lay me off. You know, it's kind of slow.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, once I finish the renovations on Vicky's house. Well, your old house.
Ah, is that a big job?
Well, she wants a lot of things done, you know.
Oh, really? Such as?
Well, she's putting in a gym, for one thing.
A gym? In which room?
In the study.
My old study.
I'm not really sure whose it is.
Well, there's only one study. My old study.
Well, Ben, it must be your study. Excuse me, I'm gonna get some air.
That's it.
What do you need, pictures? Do you need me to draw a picture of your face with a red slash through it? Will it sink in then?
Frankie,
Oh, God, I'm so sick of this discussion.
as it turns out, everything I did was for you.
I really thought that I had heard everything, but that really takes the cake, Winthrop.
My attraction for Cecile
was unnatural and disgusting.
was physical, for the most part. That's how we related.
Oh, so you felt that you had to relate to her for me?
In a way, yes.
Oh, right.
Look, after that class reunion of yours, we were getting very close. And the more I thought of it, the more I wasn't so sure I was the right guy for you.
Well, don't you think that I should be the one to make that decision?
Look, let's face it, Frankie. I haven't led the most uncomplicated life. I have quite a history, you know?
Oh, yes, I do know. One of my favorite subjects.
And you deserve somebody who is willing to put himself on the line for you. Someone who's willing to make a fresh start.
You're right. But what does that have to do with Cecile?
I didn't have to make a fresh start with her. It was safe. I was safe. Don't you understand? I knew that I would never have to make a total commitment to her. That wasn't the nature of our relationship.
So it was easier to go backward than forward.
Frankie, I have to admit, I really didn't think about it.
Oh, you didn't think about sleeping with her?
No, it just happened, and it was the best thing for us.
I don't want to hear the gory details.
Because it made me realize that you're the woman that I want to be with.
You really don't expect me to buy that, do you?
No, I guess not. But I was hoping you would because it just happens to be the truth.
It also happens to be very convenient. And way too late.
It doesn't have to be if you don't let it.
Nice try, Winthrop. And you're right, you did clear up a few things for me. You cleared up the fact that all of my fears about you were completely justified. Oh, I never thought I would be grateful to...
I don't understand why you're acting like this. I just don't understand.
That is our problem. You don't understand anybody except yourself.
That simply isn't true.
Goodbye, Cass.
Don't do this, Frankie.
You were right. I do deserve someone better.
I can be better.
I can never trust you. There's nothing left to say.